I had an idea. I realized that every great pirate crew needs some good, solid bonding time. So we're having a slumber party!
No. We are not having a slumber party.
So I made snacks. Truffle popcorn for the group. Up for the group.
And I fixed the snow projector, which is kind of a disturbing process.
Zoro, you made it!
Okay, I guess we are having a slumber party.
Showtime.
Hello fellow pirates, this is a recap of the One Piece live action season 1. So let's go! Romance Dawn. 22 years ago in Loketown, the pirate king Goldie Roger is executed by the Marines. Before dying, he announces that his treasure, the One Piece, is still out there, sparking the great pirate era. In the present day, Monkey D. Luffy sets out to sea with one goal: to become the king of the pirates. After his boat sinks, he survives by hiding inside a barrel and accidentally drifts into a fight between the Alvida pirates and a passenger ship. He meets Kobe, a scared cabin boy forced to work for the brutal pirate Alvida. When Alvida attacks him, Luffy reveals his rubber powers from the Gum Gum Devil Fruit and defeats her with a single punch, freeing Kobe. Luffy and Kobe sail together, and Luffy explains his dream of finding the One Piece and sailing the Grand Line, while Kobe admits he wants to become a marine. They head to a marine base at Shellstown to find a map. Meanwhile, bounty hunter Roronoa Zoro is approached by an assassin from Baroque Works and kills him after refusing to join. In Shellstown, Zoro clashes with corrupt marines and is arrested by Captain Morgan after refusing to become a marine himself. Luffy meets Zoro and tries to recruit him, but Zoro refuses. Inside the marine base, Luffy teams up with a thief named Nami, who is secretly trying to steal a Grand Line map. When Captain Morgan discovers them, a fight breaks out. Luffy and Zoro defeat Morgan together and the map is stolen. After the battle, Kobe chooses to stay behind and join the Marines, parting ways with Luffy as friends. Luffy sails away with Zoro and Nami, beginning the journey of the Straw Hat Pirates. Elsewhere, Marine Vice Admiral Garp and the pirate Buggy both learn about Luffy and set their sights on him. The Man in the Straw Hat. 10 years ago, Luffy learns about the truth about devil fruits. They grant incredible powers, but in exchange, the user can never swim again. The same day, Shanks tells Luffy he's leaving for good. Later, when bandits threaten Luffy, Shanks saves his life at sea, losing his arm in the process. Before leaving, Shanks entrusts Luffy with his straw hat, asking him to return it once he becomes a great pirate. In the present, Luffy, Zoro and Nami open Captain Morgan's safe to obtain a map to the Grand Line. Almost immediately, they are attacked by another pirate ship and knocked unconscious by gas. They wake up captured in Orangetown, where they are forced into a circus run by the pirate Buggy the Clown. Buggy reveals that he is also hunting the One Piece and recognizes Luffy's straw hat as Shanks's. He claims Shanks betrayed him in the past, which enrages Luffy. Buggy proves to be dangerous, revealing his Chop Chop devil fruit powers that let him split his body apart, and he captures Luffy while separating Zoro and Nami. They both escape their restraints and reunite just as Buggy tries to kill Luffy by drowning him in seawater. Working together, the crew discovers Buggy's weakness and traps his separated body parts in treasure chests. Luffy finishes the fight by blasting Buggy off the island, freeing Orangetown from his rule. The citizens celebrate as the crew sails away with the Grand Line map. Luffy remembers Shanks giving him the straw hat, reinforcing his promise to become a great pirate. Meanwhile, Marine Vice Admiral Garp officially declares a manhunt for Straw Hat Luffy, and Nami secretly makes a call, revealing she has her own hidden agenda. Tell no tales. For years, in Syrup Village, Usopp has been known as the boy who cries, "Pirates are coming!" ringing the bell every morning despite no one believing him anymore. At sea, Luffy declares the Straw Hat crew while Zoro and Nami deny being part of it. Their ship is taking on water, forcing them to head to the Gecko Islands to find a new one. Meanwhile, Marine Vice Admiral Garp tracks Luffy's trail and promotes Kobe, deciding to pursue the Straw Hats aggressively. Elsewhere, Buggy is brought before Arlong, the most powerful pirate in the East Buggy's blue. Buggy offers information about Luffy and the Grand Line map, setting Arlong's interest on the Straw Hats. On the Gecko Islands, Luffy becomes obsessed with a ship bearing a sheep's head. They meet Usopp, who claims the ship belongs to his wealthy friend Kaya. Kaya welcomes the crew to her mansion, despite her strict butler Klahadore strongly opposing their presence. Luffy openly admits they are pirates and asks for a ship, shocking everyone. That night, it is revealed that Klahadore is actually the pirate Kuro, who faked his death years ago. He murders Kaya's lawyer Mary and plans to kill Kaya in order to seize her inheritance. Zoro confronts Kuro, but is knocked unconscious and thrown into a well along with Mary. Usopp escapes and desperately tries to warn the villagers, but no one believes him, assuming it is another lie. It is revealed Usopp began lying to keep hope alive for his sick mother and to believe his pirate father would one day return. As Usopp collapses in despair, he is approached by Kobe, who tells him that he believes him. The pirates are coming! Captain Black reveals himself and poisons Luffy, leaving him unconscious while ordering his crew to kill Kaya after midnight once she officially comes of age. Usopp tries to expose Klahadore as a pirate, but without proof the Marines cannot act, and Kuro calmly hands Luffy over to them. As the mansion goes into lockdown, Usopp desperately tries to warn Kaya. With Nami's help, the truth is revealed just as Kuro moves in to kill her. Meanwhile, Zoro escapes from the well and recalls his childhood promise to his rival Kuina to become the world's greatest swordsman, a vow that still drives him forward. Zoro rescues Luffy and the Straw Hats return to the mansion for the final fight. Zoro takes on Sham and Buchi while Luffy battles Kuro. Despite Kuro's speed and stealth, Luffy adapts and defeats him, knocking him out of the mansion and ending his plan. With Kuro defeated, Kaya thanks the crew by gifting them the ship Luffy fell in love with. Luffy names it the Going Merry, and after a kiss, Usopp officially joins the crew. As they sail away, Marine Vice Admiral Garp attacks the ship, revealing himself as Luffy's grandfather. Eat at Baratie. Monkey D. Garp personally attacks the Going Merry, hurling a cannonball by hand, but Luffy deflects it and escapes into the fog. Seeing Luffy as a growing threat, Garp sends one of the 7 warlords of the sea, Dracula Mihawk, to hunt him down. Following the smell of food, the crew stops at the floating restaurant Baratie. There, Luffy meets Sanji, a talented cook who fights using only his legs and dreams of finding the legendary All Blue. After Luffy eats without paying, the restaurant owner Zeph forces him to work as a chore boy to repay the debt. A starving pirate arrives, warning of the deadly dangers waiting in the Grand Line. Mihawk soon arrives at Baratie, having already wiped out Don Creek's fleet. Zoro, recognizing Mihawk as the world's greatest swordsman, challenges him to a duel despite Nami's warnings. Mihawk initially toys with Zoro, using only a small dagger, then switches to his legendary blade to honor Zoro's resolve. Zoro is completely defeated and left critically wounded, swearing to never lose again. Impressed by the Straw Hats' determination, Mihawk chooses not to capture them and instead let them continue their journey, reporting back to Garp as the crew prepares to move forward. The Chef and the Chore Boy. The Straw Hats rush to save Zoro, and Zeph treats his wounds while he remains unconscious. Luffy once again asks Sanji to join the crew, but Sanji refuses, explaining that he has reasons to stay at the Baratie. He recalls his past, revealing how he and Zeph were once stranded on a deserted island, where Zeph sacrificed his own leg so Sanji could survive and someday find the All Blue. Their peace is shattered when the fisherman pirate Arlong invades the Baratie, having tracked Luffy with Buggy's help. Arlong, who views humans as inferior, threatens the restaurant and demands Luffy's map and tribute. Luffy challenges him, but is easily overpowered by Arlong's inhuman strength. Nami is revealed to be working for Arlong and betrays the crew by stealing the Grand Line map. Arlong throws Luffy into the sea and leaves with Nami, but Sanji saves Luffy from drowning. Back on the ship, Zoro awakens and pledges his loyalty to Luffy and the crew. Following Zeph's wishes, Sanji finally joins the Straw Hats as their cook. The crew sets sail to chase Arlong and bring Nami back, while Garp orders the Marines to intensify their pursuit of Straw Hat Luffy. The girl with the Sawfish tattoo. 8 years ago, Nami and her sister Nojiko were living peacefully in Koko Village with their adoptive mother, Belle Mare, until the fishman pirate Arlong invaded. When Belle Mare refuses to deny having children, Arlong killed her, sparing Nami and Nojiko. From that day on, Nami was vowed to save her village. Nami joined the Along pirates, striking a deal to buy back Coco Village for 100 million berry in exchange for serving as Along's cartographer. Branded as a traitor by her own people, she endured years of suffering to protect them. In the present, the Straw Hats arrive at the Konomi Islands and learn the truth about Nami from Nojiko. Just as Nami gathers enough money to free the village, Along betrays her. He sends a corrupt marine captain to seize her savings, making her dream impossible. Broken and enraged, Nami tries to destroy the Along pirate's tattoo on her arm, but Luffy arrives and stands by her side, ready to fight Along and free Coco Village. But Along moves first, ordering his crew to attack and burn the village, setting the stage for the final battle. Worst in the east. The Straw Hats arrive to Coco Village, completely destroyed by the Along pirates. With no other choice, they storm Along Park and split up to take down Along's crew. Usopp defeats Chu, using his tricks and ingenuity, while Zoro and Sanji overpower the remaining fishmen, with Sanji defeating Kurobi in battle. Luffy confronts Along in Nami's former office. Unable to overpower him directly, Luffy destroys the building itself, collapsing Along Park and finally defeating Along by smashing him through multiple floors. With Along defeated, Coco Village is finally free. As the village celebrates, Garp arrives and briefly captures Luffy after blaming him for the destruction. Luffy is completely outmatched, but Garp ultimately chooses not to arrest his grandson, instead taking Along and his crew into custody and letting Luffy go his own way. The next day, Luffy receives his first official bounty of 30 million berry, the highest in the East Blue. Across the world, allies and rivals alike take notice. After saying goodbye to Coco Village, the Straw Hat Pirates set sail toward the Grand Line, while Garp begins personally training Kobe and Helmeppo. In the end, another marine called Smoker sets his sights on Luffy.